Hello everybody, what's up? CaptainTurbo here, and welcome back to Let's Play Mega Man 4. In the last part, we took down 3 of the Robot Masters with the help of Statistics, of course. Which I'm spoiling really there. Post-commentary as always, as I said before. Next up, we are taking on Ringman. And now, I would say this is the point in the game where I would recommend you start using the Robot Master's weaponry in the actual stages. For instance, I think I'm about to start using Toeman here to get rid of these wall turrets. That will actually come in quite handy for the rest of the level as well. Unfortunately, you don't really get a whole lot of Rain Flush, so make sure any ammo you pick up you do for that, because I kind of screwed up and didn't really save a lot for the rest of the level. I also suffered quite a few deaths in this stage as well, if I recall. I don't know whether I left them in or not. We're going to find out as we go along. And hey, where's the fun in, you know, spoiling it for myself as well. Alright, here we have the mini-boss, I suppose, this level. We have the hippo on a stand. I don't know why they're doing it that way. Don't really go and use Rain Flush. It doesn't really work great. In fact, how many hits is that? 3 or 4? I can't remember. Yeah, as you can see, it's doing damage, just not a whole lot, and it takes up practically an entire, I'd say at least 3/4 of the ammo for that weapon. You may want to use the Flash Stopper, or Time Stopper, or whatever it's called in this game. I could probably, yeah, Brightman Flash Stopper? Yeah, that would be right. So yeah, any ammo you get, make sure it goes to the Rain Flush, and maybe use a Time Stopper for the hippos. You can glitch through them, but I'm not good enough to pull that off, really. Actually reaching another... Actually, there's 2 sets of mini-bosses in this game. You got the hippos on stands, and then you got these things. They're pretty much... I'm surprised these aren't on Ringman stage, actually. Or are we on Ringman? Oh, we are on Ringman. Fuck. Jesus Christ, Turbo. Pay attention, dude. You can only hit this thing once the rings are away from it and its eyes are open. So it does have a very predictable pattern, though, so you can just use your basic buster for this. As you can see, I'm doing this the other way. Even with this thing still takes quite a bit of time to kill. And unfortunately, these stands come back a little bit too quick for my liking as well. But thankfully, as you can see, it went down a lot quicker with the aid of, with just using the buster rather than the Rain Flush. Once again, I'm going to show off a different path here. I don't think this takes me to the end, but we do get Eddie here. Eddie will give you a gift every time you come across him. Unfortunately, he doesn't. It's always random, so you don't know what you're going to get. I got a refill of Rush Call, which I didn't really want, but I couldn't change out quick enough, because you have to get quite close to Eddie before you can actually, before he'll actually give you the gift. So, you can't always avoid him. These screws are a bit of a pain in the ass. As you're about to see, I'm about to die. I would recommend having at least 1 or 2 Rain Flushes for this section. Alright, these guys can be annoying, but if you just time it right, unlike me, you'll actually be able to jump over them. Alright, let's see if I manage to do it this time. You want to jump about halfway across and try and make the jump. Unfortunately, I had to take a hit there in order to get across. I'm very tempted to go for that down there, by the way. Do I go for it? No, I don't. Also, you can manipulate this so obviously it disappears and reappears. Unfortunately, you are putting yourself in a predicament, though, because you can easily fall off. And this part is a fucking pain in the ass as well, because those things... I'm in a position where I can't really jump and shoot without taking a hit. As you can see there, and I was very close to falling off the edge. Don't mistake it, that took more attempts than you're actually seeing here. I think that actually took me about 5 attempts. As I said, for some reason this game hates me. You can actually outrun that, by the way. But make sure you don't dwaddle there. Those spikes are instant death, as they always are in the Mega Man game. Alright, was a little bit slow on that one. Thankfully we have taken on, I think, all the mini-boss in this level. In fact, we're actually quite close to the boss itself, if I recall. Unfortunately, I can't get my timing quite down here. Alright, slide under here, and I believe we're done. Yes, we are. Just got the corridor to do here. As you can see, a full 2 full E-tanks. I'm using one. I'm guessing I must have died at some point. And this is a 3rd or 4th attempt or something like that. The Pharaoh shot. It's a really good weapon, but it takes time to charge, as you're about to see. I'm using a very low-powered one there. Doesn't do a lot of damage. The full power one does, though. Thankfully, even just touching it will hit them, though, so don't worry if you're not actually throwing it. But that's the 4th row-up message done. We are now halfway done with them. And if I remember, we get the something ring. I want to say ring toss for some reason. No, the ring boomerang. And you know what? I actually can't remember what the order is from now on. So this is going to be a surprise to even me. I think Dustman, but don't quote me on that. I'm not sure. Yeah, as you can see, that's an edit around there. Sorry, I tried to do it a bit better than I could, but it can be quite difficult to actually fucking edit for me. But yeah, I was right, Dustman. I should point out at this point in the Let's Play, everything from here isn't new, but not quite as well known as the first 4 Robot Master stages, so... I've played this stage once or twice before the Let's Play, but it wasn't something I was proficient in, like, say, if I was playing Mega Man 2 or something like that. Or even the first 4 stages, which I've played about 10 times over. Alright, these robots will come up all the time. I don't think you can outrun them. Just by running in, by trying to do the jump before you, right when you get there. In fact, I think yeah, you would get hit. Looking at that, you would probably get hit. You can either kill them or just wait till they're high enough and then jump over them. For some reason, I got into my head there was another secret passage over there. Well, not passage, but a different route to take. Unfortunately, there's nothing there, so it's a bit of a cock tease, really. Got the Mega Buster going, and yeah, so yeah, I was determined to get that, by the way. Anyway, guys, I hope you're all well. Things haven't been too terrible on my end for the last couple weeks. Haven't been great, but could be worse. Just ignore the ladybug thing if you can. It will actually help, I think, with keeping the slowdown up, which will make the jumps a little bit easier, actually. If you can place yourself properly, then that guy's going to go straight into the pit. Nothing really to say here. There's no real problem other than the ladybird looking things. You know, as long as you're decent at platforming, you'll be able to get through that section pretty easily. And we got Eddie again here. As you can see, I did try and get away from him there, but thankfully he did give me an E-tank. I actually, and no, I know I said I was save state. I did not save state for the Eddie drops, so anything you see me get is the first attempt on those. Alright, this section can be a bit of a pain. A lot of people like to use Ringman's weapon to get rid of these. I don't think I do that though, because well, I just didn't do that. I found it a bit of a waste of ammo, to be honest. Especially when the P-Buster works just as well. Though I do think it's a little bit slower. Make sure you clear out enough so that you can get comfortably through here, by the way. I was actually a bit worried there, because those look quite lower than the other ones for some reason. Alright, took care of those. Alright, this is a bit of a pain, actually. This is probably where you should use Ringman, but unfortunately I didn't really want to, so... thankfully the slide does make this a little bit easier. You can get far enough if you use this. Oh, and that was very lucky. I don't think I actually died in this section, if I recall. I know, sorry, I shouldn't have said that, really. It breaks the tension, doesn't it? That was probably the hardest part of the stage, though, so the rest of it's going to be a cakewalk, really. Well, the E-Tang there. I think that's what they're called anyway. Yeah, as you can see, I have a obsession with keeping the buster charged for some reason. Don't come back like I'm about to, because the enemy will just fucking respawn. It's annoying. Unfortunately, I'm going into the boss with very low health. Not the wisest decision. And then again, Dustman... yeah, he's not too difficult. I'll say this, there's no boss in this game that's as annoying as, say, Shadow Man from Mega Man 3. It's definitely still my least favorite boss fight, so in the first 4 games anyway. Even with the fucking weakness, that guy's still a pain in the ass. But yeah, I use the E-Tank just because, well, I was worried about not being able to do it. This was, as you can see, I'm probably doing this a little bit better than it looks. This would have been like a multiple attempt thing. When he's sucking you in like that, you can't hurt him, so you're gonna have to wait. Yeah, this was definitely not a first attempt, not with how well I was doing there. You know, I'm not gonna say that I was good enough to do that on my first attempt. No way. Anyway, for beating Dustman, we get the Dust Crusher, which I actually can't remember what it does. I think it just shoots like a block of dust or something like that. Dustman next, Drillman next, I think. Maybe. Oh no, I'm on Skullman. Must be Skullman next. Got the humanized version, well, humanized robot version of a Cubone right here. Oh, fuck, I remember this level. Oh, so many deaths. So many deaths. Oh yeah, this was definitely where a lot of editing came in. I remember having to edit this. I'm gonna... you know what, I'm interested to see how the editing comes off, actually. I do like the music. Actually, I should probably talk about that. The music in 4 is really good. I still prefer 2 for the music overall. In fact, I just prefer 2 overall, actually. But 4, from what I hear, this is a lot of people, from a lot of guys in the LPA, this is actually a lot of their favorite. And I can see why. I mean, it does everything well. I just 1 2 section I don't personally like. But I will say I still prefer 2 overall. I don't know why. I think 2's more accessible for people. But the music is fantastic, and yeah, I love it. Here's the thing, I've said this before, every time I'm recording something like this, I don't generally have the soundtrack on, unless I'm recording something live, so yeah, I'm doing the Eddie trick here where you, apparently I did do this. That's why I didn't remember, because I got an E-Tank pretty quickly. Yeah, I don't usually listen to the soundtrack of a game while I'm playing it, unless I'm playing it live, so yeah, this is actually my first time hearing this properly, where I'm not like listening to a Let's Player and watching a Let's Play. Now, I don't know if this is the actual path or not, but this is the path I took. There is an E-Tank down there, as you're about to see, and trying to get that thing caused me so many fucking problems. Alright. Oh yes, I edited around. If I recall correctly, I made a save state there, and I suffered quite a few deaths, and I actually got to the boss, and I... Oh, Turbo, no. Bad Turbo. No, 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 no. That was bad editing. No, I'm leaving that fucker in. That's definitely bad on my part. But then again, I'm not lying when I said I suffered a good 5 or 6 deaths. And I suffered a death right at the boss, and I discovered my save state was right back here. So I had to do this entire section like a 6th or 7th time. So yeah, ooh, that was bad on my part. I thought I edited all the fuck-ups out. Well, at least the ones I wanted to leave out anyway. Like, I showed a couple deaths earlier, so... That was intentional, though. That was definitely not intentional, though. Can I get me a running water? Oh, the tap's not on. I have to go and check between parts. What do you guys care about that, though? But yeah, guys, still sticking to the normal format for now. Well, I should say, LPA has been my main priority right now. Mainly because this seems to be working fine. Between this and streaming, I'm doing enough, I think, for my own channel at the moment, so I'm just going to leave things as they are for now. Should a bigger time slot open up, I'll probably take advantage of it, but for now, leave things the way they are. Now it's time to take on the boss. Time for Skullman. Now, I believe Skullman's weapon is actually a shield? Yes, it is. This guy is kind of kicking my ass right now. Unfortunately, I don't think you can throw the skull shield like you can the leaf shield, or wasn't there one in Mega Man 3? I can't remember. It definitely doesn't work like the leaf shield though. So as soon as he does the skull, just keep away from him. He does have his normal buster, similar to Mega Man, but that's the only thing you really have to watch out for. Actually, a fairly easy boss. I just kind of sucked at it. Like I said, Mega Man 4 is just not my thing. And we got about 10 seconds left, or just over. We got the skull barrier, which is, as it says, the shield for this. Hey guys, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in part 3, but until then, have a good night, and sayonara everybody. Can't screw that out.